Hey everybody, so before I start this video, I want to go ahead and issue a warning. Warning, this video may contain the following: irrational yelling, strong explicit language, and childish and petty behavior that pretty much includes me throwing one of my favorite films under the bus. Now, if you followed this channel for any extended period of time, then you know that one of the films that I am anticipating, one of the films that I've been talking a lot about, that is coming out on April 12th here in the US. Not really sure when the UK is going to come out, but it's coming out here in the US. And if you've watched a lot of my videos, then you know that I have defended their decision, the studio's decision, to make the film PG-13 here in the US, you know, from a business side. But one of my subscribers decided to let me in on a little something, and I'm going to trust this person, that said that while the US is getting one sex scene, France is getting 5. Which is not surprising, by the way, because France is a very open, you know, liberal place. That's to be expected. But then I kind of start to run through shit in my head, which is basically, I start to remember that the reason why we are getting a PG-13 is because the studio screened the film for a US test audience, and one of the notes pretty much said, too much sex. Now, before I talk about that, let me just say this. Most filmmakers hate test screenings, even though they're great to kind of see, like, what does an audience, you know, love or dislike. Most of them don't really pay much attention to them, mainly because you never know if you're going to get, like, that one troll or that one idiot who just wants to stir up some shit, and, you know, I mean, you just don't pay attention to them. But the studio paid attention to this. Now, before you throw the US under the bus and say that, oh, the US is a bunch of prudes, yes, we are. Don't make any mistake about that. But like I said in many other videos, we have gotten several sexually explicit films, such as The Wolf of Wall Street, 50 Shades, and Basic Instinct are always like the go-to examples. So, like I said, I am going to throw one of my favorite films, The Wolf of Wall Street, under the frickin' bus, and pretty much just describe some of the scenes that can be found in this lovely motion picture that apparently this is okay, but after is considered way too damn much. So if you will excuse me, here we go. Drop. Okay. Okay, so just remember, people, even if you're going to run over a film, if you're even going to run something over or throw something under the bus, safety is first. So you know what? There. You know, just remember to put on your safety belts. Now, The Wolf of Wall Street, which is rated R for a lot of reasons, but in the first 5 minutes, it includes a scene of Leonardo DiCaprio blowing cocaine into a woman's butt. Excuse me. And later on in the film, just so I can back up over the bus, just so I can back up over this thing, it also includes a scene with a dominatrix where Leo has a candle sticking out of his butt. So yes, let's back this thing up. So beep, beep, beep. I'm already dead! So hang on, people. So I can guarantee you right now, of all the things that are in After, of all the things that would be in the unrated cut, in the R-rated cut, if you will, I can guarantee you that not one of those things is going to be worse than Leo blowing cocaine into a girl's asshole. There's not going to be a one scene in After that would even come close to equaling either that or Leo with a candle sticking out of his ass. Are you kidding me with this? Now I'm pissed. And you know what? I got even more pissed because this is what I started to think about. Because I found an article pretty much talking about the fan fiction side of After. And down in the article, they quoted Anna Todd, who is the author of this franchise, pretty much talking about the book. This was way back in 2015, and not only did she talk about her love of One Direction, but she also described the book as a way for the author to provide mainstream erotica aimed toward women, as E.L. James did with the 50 Shades of Grey series. Quote, "It's a lot more important than people say. I always thought the US was very forward in sexy things. When we read sexy books, we're supposed to hide it, especially younger girls like 16. They're not supposed to be curious about sex. They're not supposed to want it." She continued, "But the times when girls do get to do something sexy, the girl is always pleasing the guy. And after, Tessa gets pleased first every single time." Or every time. She just says every time, I'm sorry. It's interesting. In Spain and Brazil, after is a YA book. I get a lot of messages from girls. I would probably say like 1,000 since this started thanking me. Before, we had to steal our mom's weird old romances with naked cowboys and stuff if we wanted to read about sex. And that little quote is what got me starting to think, is that if the film is accurate to the book, that what were the people really complaining about? Were they complaining about there being too much sex? Or were they complaining because those sex scenes featured female pleasure and female sexuality? Or a woman discovering, or a young girl discovering her sexuality? I wonder. Oh, that's it. There it is. That's it. Because that's what started going through my head. That is why they're saying that there's too much sex in this movie. Because guess what, assholes? And you know what? If you have seen a test screen, if you are here in the US and you went to a test screening and you are tired of people throwing you under the bus, then please, for the love of all that is holy, comment and let me know what the hell happened in that test screening. Because how can films like The Wolf of Wall Street, again, I am throwing one of my favorite films under the bus here, but let me just keep to The Wolf of Wall Street. How is it that we can get a film where in the first 5 frickin' minutes, where Leo blows cocaine into a woman's asshole, but when it comes to after, oh no, we can't do that, no, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it. And maybe another thing that kind of angered me is that a subscriber, same person, linked to a bunch of the English language clips. And so let me just go ahead and use this as a primer to just go ahead and start saying bullshit, 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 bullshit. Now, in case you're sitting there wondering, Charles, why did you just say bullshit repeatedly? Because in that clip, which is the Pride and Prejudice classroom discussion, in the other clip that I reacted to, which was in a foreign language, I don't know if it was I think it was German. It was either German or Spanish. I don't know which one. I know that those are two very separate things, so please don't kill me for that. But you can clearly hear him say bullshit. When she responds, when she has the discussion with him in the classroom, or when they pretty much, go back and forth, after she says her first thing, you can hear him say in the clip, bullshit. But in the English language clip, he said, or the audio that comes out is, "That's a load." So, hang on. So you're telling me that I went to go see Shazam again for, the umpteenth time. It was actually a pretty good movie. That's not the point. The point is that during that film, I heard the word shit repeatedly throughout the movie. And so, no, somebody better explain that to me. How can Shazam, again, a PG-13, get to say shit repeatedly, But after, again, another PG-13, at this point, because maybe the clip, maybe they just can't say it in the clip, and once we see the film, they will actually say the word bullshit. They will actually say it in full, which, believe me, I will praise it. I will jump up and down. You will hear somebody scream from halfway around the world at that moment. But if I see unnecessary censorship like that, or bullshit censorship like that, you will see me give this movie a big fat fucking F. Because it looks like they overdid it with this film. Nope. Because let me go back to a conspiracy theory here. Because again, it deals with female sexuality. So this film, on the surface, looks like it got treated different than every other movie out there. Because you can't say the word fuck. You cannot say the word fuck other than, about 2 or 3 times in a PG-13. Twice, actually, I think it is. But it can never be sexual. That's fine. That's to be expected. Which, really? But yeah, I still don't agree with it. But yeah, that's to be expected. That's acceptable. But you can say the word shit, like it's going out of style. But apparently, so now you're telling me that in this movie, now you got a problem with the word bullshit in a PG-13. So let me ask you something, MPAA or studio, because you allowed this. You could have told them to go fuck themselves. You could have said, hey, we're going out with a excuse me, I'm kind of ranting there. I didn't mean to say that. We're going out with an R. The book is R. It's supposed to be R. We want an R. You could have done that. That's what most filmmakers do. Most filmmakers say, fuck the test screening audience. But you listened. Why? What? I want to know, who did you bring in to that test screening? Who? Did you bring in? God! I will hope and pray that I am wrong. That it wasn't a complaint about too much sex, but because it was too much female sex, too much female pleasure. I hope to God that that is not the reason. Why? Why do they do this? How can they ever do... It's almost like Avrion Pictures wants this movie to fail. It's almost like they are setting this movie up to fail. Why? Like I said in another video, the trailer got over 30 million views. That proves that there's an audience there. That proves that people want this, that there's a fandom there. And yet, the studio just doesn't seem to give a shit. At all. There's that word again, shit. Bullshit. I don't want to walk into this movie and sit there with my head in my hands half the time, looking at what is essentially the TV-safe version of this. And I didn't think that I was going to until I saw that English language clip of the Pride and Prejudice classroom sequence, where in the foreign language clip, he clearly says bullshit. And in the English language, he says, that's a load. I hope to God that that's just because the clip can't curse. I hope to whoever's listening that They treated this film different. I'm here to tell you, as a guy who knows a lot about the movie industry, who's cared a lot about the movie industry, that they treated this movie different. I might not have the inside scoop, but I've researched and looked enough about inside the movie industry that they treated this movie differently. If that is in there, if that's a load is the line that I hear, if God willing I get to go see it, because like I said in another video, I'm hearing Columbia, South Carolina in the U.S., and so far none of my theaters have it. I'll know more on Tuesday. But they treated it differently. And that is just over censorship, and that's where I have a problem with it. Because I've already seen one film, Live Free or Die Hard. That was the last film that I saw go from an R to a 13, and they did some horrific overdubs in that film, and for the theatrical cut, and I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to sit there and clearly see their mouths, move along with saying the word, fuck or bullshit or whatever, while something else comes out of the audio. I don't pay to go see TV safe versions on the big screen. I don't. If I want to see that, I'll wait for it to come on E or USA or Freeform, or I'll wait for that. But I don't pay for TV safe versions on the big screen. Like I've said in other videos, the fandom deserves better. The actors deserve better. Fuck the studio. Anna Todd deserves better. Everybody involved deserves better than this. Because I'm here to tell you right now, they did too much with this film. If that censorship is right, then they didn't just go after the sex scenes. They went after a lot more than that. And I shouldn't be surprised, because it was kind of, shocking for me that when the rating came out, it didn't mention language. It just mentioned sexual content and, college partying. They went overboard. I'm still gonna go see it. I'll still talk about it. I'll still do the reaction videos. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know what else what's left to say. Jump down to the comment section below. Let me know what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry for this video going on so long, but a lot of this needed to be said. Remember to go ahead and click the like button. Remember to subscribe. See you later, Afternighters. Take care, guys.